China versus the West. We have seen a lot of problems over the past 2 years, specifically the last 2 years, because it became visible from China's side. But it's nothing new. Over the past few decades, the Chinese Communist Party plotted this new program to essentially become the world superpower, and they're doing a really effective job. Firstly, economically, the way they took advantage of the so-called capitalist system, but not really capitalism, but they replicated a fake centralized capitalist system to obviously make a lot of money for the country, and they decided to interfere in various continents in terms of the political and security concerns that they have. Now we have some issues because Beijing are now accusing London of flexing muscles at China. Now this is because the UK government, the Foreign Office and MOD are trying to send some warships and some other obviously defense personnel to go to Asia to protect our allies over there, and also to obviously make sure that the territory is generally safe. But the Chinese Communist Party are not too happy about it. I'm not the biggest advocate for the West interfering in other countries' affairs. We know that. Some of the mistakes we made in the 20th century did not go down too well in terms of the global stage that we have. But now that we are at this stage, now that we know that there are countries and governments that would specifically target the Western culture and the Western governments, then of course we have to defend ourselves. If we have to send someone, for example, defend Japan against China, we have to do it. Or to defend South Korea against North Korea, we have to do it. It doesn't mean that we're going to start any there. It's just to make sure that they know who is their ally. But Beijing are kicking off, ironically, coming from the same state that have been interfering in a lot of other regions that shouldn't have. But now they're saying that, considering the Prime Minister has announced this new foreign policy review, and saying that obviously we have London and the UK needs to make sure that they are on the global stage in terms of being a global soft power. And also that told the UK government to better understand and respond to the systemic challenge that China poses. Beijing are kicking off. The foreign ministry spokesperson, Zhao Lijian, told reporters on Thursday, a couple of days ago, that the Chinese government respects freedom of navigation and overflight in its surrounding waters. It's said that it's enjoyed by all countries in accordance with international law. They also say that the Chinese Communist Party and Chinese government, they believe in freedom, they believe in international diplomacy, and they believe in, get this, democracy. So they believe that they have these regional elections in China, which are really, really democratic. Also, considering these people who don't really believe in any of this or free speech, the same person who's the foreign ministry spokesperson, who's slightly sensitive. Now, this guy, Zhao Lijian, has blocked me on Twitter. He did that a while ago. The irony of a Chinese government official, a guy that has better problems to actually focus on, is blocking a political broadcaster in the UK. That says a lot about the CCP and their priorities. Now, they do have priorities. They want to interfere in other places. We've seen what they've done in Central Africa by taking over a lot of land. We know what they've done in Iran. They essentially bought out the Iranian government. They are taking over oil and gas in a number of places. They have all these contracts. They have, of course, spies in the West. We already had the report a few months ago that there are a number of CCP agents in the city of London working in our international banks. Don't be surprised that all the chaos that's happening is coming from the CCP. Don't forget, the biggest chaos that we've had over the past year and a half is thanks to the CCP not really doing anything about it. Just a quick thing before we finished, I uploaded two or three of these clips. For those of you, obviously, who are not part of the new channel, the new website, my2c.co.uk, I still upload short clips of the main full show so that you guys still see something. But we had to either repost it because I had to re-edit and censor because of big tech censorship. So now I understand why we have to move to the new website. So those of you who have joined us on the new channel, my2c.co.uk, thank you so much for all the support. And the rest of you, if you now understand what's going on this platform, and if you want us to fight back against the big mainstream media and their complacency, then help support independent media and true journalism by joining us at my2c.co.uk. Also, don't forget that we're going to have next Thursday, 29th of July, we're going to have our big freedom party and post-lockdown party with me and Nigel Farage. I'll put the link to the description with all the details there. Make sure to get your tickets as soon as possible. A lot of you have asked, where is this freedom? Where is the freedom that we're going to celebrate? It's not really that. It's about the fact that we are celebrating the post-national lockdown, but we're going to use the event, because that's the beginning of all the tour that we're going to do, to fight back, to gain all our freedoms. It's not to be complacent that we have got our freedom. So yeah, definitely join the website mytc.co.uk and click on the link in the description to get your tickets to next week's freedom party with me and Nigel Farage.